Okay, hello everybody. I am Augusto Borella Hougaz. It's a pleasure to be with you today here participating in the Future of Oil and Gas 2021. I will go through the presentation of transforming how to operate with augmented engineers. And before I start, I will give you some of my background. I'm very well known in Brazil, but not that well known internationally. So I worked 15 years at Petrobras. I held many operational positions in the well construction area, from company man. I have worked as drilling program engineer in the early stages of the pre-salt, signed more than 30 ultra deep water drilling programs. I led as manager the R&D portfolio for well construction. At that moment, some key achievements were to lead a project of BOP reliability with Embraer, that is a Brazilian aircraft manufacturer. This project even won a prize from the Brazilian regulatory agency in 2018. At that moment, also, I started for making the three-zone intelligent completion viable, mainly developing and leading the development of well annular barrier. And the key contribution at that moment was to put a lot of energy on making the well planning and design. After working in the operational area in the pre-salt wells, I led the R&D well construction portfolio at Petrobras with some key achievements related to BOP reliability project with Embraer, a Brazilian aircraft manufacturer, that even won a prize from the Brazilian regulatory agency. And I have put a lot of energy to increase the automation in the process of building well planning and well design. This tenure in the well construction R&D group led me to become the well construction functional area manager for Petrobras. During this period, we had a fleet of offshore rigs between 40 and 50. We drilled and completed more than 100 offshore wells. And at that moment, my key contribution was to lead a full review in the real-time operations center process in order to improve the data-driven decisions and also the process safety that were applied in the real-time operations center. And finally, all these contributions allowed me to be the head of digital transformation for the whole company. That was my last position. That ended up in 2019 to create the innovation C-level position at Petrobras when I decided to leave the company. So by then, I joined Intelie, that at the moment was a RigNet company, and now this year with Viasat acquisition became a Viasat company to lead the oil and gas products development for Intelie. And in this presentation today, I will deep dive on the key learns and key opportunities for the future in the industry in order to transform the way that we operate. Because when we talk about digital transformation, we are really talking about to transform the way that we do things in order to reduce the transactional cost of every process that we have in our companies. The challenge here is that the digital transformation hype started with the retail business that is highly focused on increasing the number of customers that uses your solution or buys from you. But when we go to operations, it's not exactly the same approach. We need to transform the processes. We need to understand which are the internal customers in order to generate the value for our companies and to really transform the operation. And in the context of AI, in the meaning of artificial intelligence, we need to put together emergent technologies and use the digital in a way that we can have better engineers. And we are calling that augmented engineers, engineers that are able to cooperate with artificial intelligence, giving labels, giving feedbacks to the artificial intelligence, and also getting insights from the machine models. So we are going to deep dive on that in the next slides. So just a little bit more context about Intelie. Intelie is a company that have been supporting customers to apply AI and human knowledge to improve the operational results, what we have been calling operational AI platform. And with that, we are able to allow our customers to transform data into results. Nowadays, we have more than 200 people in the team, and among them, data scientists, software developers, and engineers. Just to have an idea of the company, the Intelli Live platform in numbers, nowadays, around 60% of deep water rigs uses the Intelli Live platform. We have more than 1,700 unique users per month. A typical environment of live, a typical large environment on live for our customers can reach more than 300 billion data points and have more than 260 concurrent models running. And one of our customers have mentioned publicly that just one of those models running in 1 year was able to avoid losses between $25 and $32 million. And when we look of the key applications of the platform is very well suited to support the real-time operation center's operation. And when companies put in place the real-time operation centers, what they want is to manage the corporate risks that may threat key business results. And which business results? Operational safety, can be people safety, environmental safety, or process safety. One is process safety. We have a specific wording that is compliance. We can monitor and improve also the asset integrity of our companies and in our operation that may be related with critical failures or even maintenance processes. And once we can finish and perform the operation with safety and integrity, of course, we are going also to take a look on how to optimize the productivity of our processes. So this is what is the ultimate goal. Those are the ultimate goals for the operators when they want to run a real-time operation center. But to have a real-time operation center that really delivers value to the company, we need to transform data and treat data as an asset, and an asset generates value. So to be able to transform data into value, we need to collect this data with quality, with availability. That's something that our platform is able to do using stream data, and real-time data that we register the events, the operational events. We can also easily integrate with other systems to bring the right context. We need to understand that sometimes it's pretty common in the companies that we need to bring some context from a different area or from a different system to allow consistent and relevant business results. Once we collect all this data of events and context, we analyze it, we have an information. When we interpretate it, we have a knowledge. When we model this knowledge, we have strategic intelligence. And only when companies are able to apply systematically the strategic intelligence, they really collect business results. And this modeling and this strategic intelligence is highly based on the company's secret sauce, the way that the company take decisions, the way that the company take actions. And this is highly based on the business rules and protocols that the company prefer to take. Of course, when we talk about artificial intelligence, with the right modeling and the right labeled data, we can move from data to the business result faster and make it easier to apply systematically. And this is another key fundamental benefit that a real-time operation platform can deliver, that is allow, once we have a model, that we deploy this model in the operation, in the system, you guarantee that this is spread all around your fleet, and this is applied systematically by the algorithms and the computers. So it's also common when we talk about the digital transformation to people fear the new. So we need to inspire people to adopt the new. And this inspiration is to understand that we need to build the collaboration between humans and machine. And that's when we get this collaboration that we are going to really have augmented humans or augmented engineers. So to collect data and transform data into information, doesn't matter if it's event or context, the machine is the better tool for that. But humans are the best tool to put some cognition on top of the information, interpretate that to generate a knowledge, and with this knowledge, build models. We can build physical models to run simulations in real time that are going to be the reference for operational decisions, but also we can build mathematical models to support those decisions, and the mathematical models can be machine learning models or AI models. Of course, when we start, we have the models, we have the strategic intelligence, and we want to systematically apply this strategic intelligence to the business. Here is the right moment where we need to decide and evolve the way to collaborate humans and machine, because some processes we cannot allow the machine to take the decision itself. We need humans to validate the decision. Sometimes we need humans validating the actions, and sometimes we can allow machine take decision and actions. So that the way that we make the cooperation, we highly depend on the process maturity, the risk of the process that we are trying to automate, and even the corporation automation maturity. So we have many flavors of this combination, and that's what differentiates the way of we operate. The key point here is we need to transform our way to operate, taking that into consideration. So we are going to be able to deliver in the future a safer operation, or a lower transactional cost of each activity that we have in the operation if you are able to transform that. And for transforming that, we see that our customers that are having better results and are making the future become the present, they are really reinventing and rethinking their engineering processes, putting together data. And when we talk about data, the word used in the business is IoT, Internet of Things, or Industrial Internet of Things, that is to collect data from sensors, have the data available, guaranteeing the data quality, synchronizing this data, and bringing the right integration to deliver the right context for building KPIs and support decisions. This is what we have as observed values. It's what's going on in the real world, and we bring that to the digital world with the sensors. But once we have this data available, we can compare what was observed with what was expected. That can be a physical model, and when it's a physical model, we call digital twin. So it's important to know that sometimes the models are not even available, or they cannot be run in real time. That's a real challenge for digital twins, is not only to have the sensors, but also to have the capability to simulate steady state transient models to run in real time and support these decisions. Once we have the expected value and the observed value, can compare each other and create alarms and insights to guarantee human action when is needed. We can do the same thing for the mathematical models, machine learning and AI. In this case, we are going to automate annotations. We are going to automate classifications, even trying to make some predictions to have a expected value that will be compared with the observed one and generate alarms and insights. All of that will be aggregated with automation to guarantee consistency and process safety. It can be process automation, can be equipment automation. And finally, to inspire people to adopt and do new things, we need to have an approach that is human-centric. The dashboards are human-centric, the workflows are human-centric, in a way that all the engineering workflow is seamless for the people, and people can adopt that in an easier way. So we put all those pieces together. When we are able to put all those pieces together, transform and reinvent our processes to generate the business results that we want, it's when we really get the augmented engineers. So having a platform like Intelie Live software platform can be, this type of platform can be a key foundation to accelerate innovation, unleashing people, data, and emergent technologies potential as companies need. And at that moment, I would like to differentiate two types of engineers, augmented engineers. We have one type that we call augmented engineer users, that are those that are going to work and make operations go ahead using new processes. And we have the augmented engineering innovators, that are those that are going to reinvent the processes and build the tools to allow better processes and more value being generated from data and from emergent technologies. So that said, something that we have been working a lot is related with risk management and risk awareness. We want to apply real-time and AI to the risk management. So we recently announced in a press release with a customer the creation of a product that allows companies to monitor in real time their barriers that brings risk to the operation. In this methodology, we have in the left the threats. After the threats, we have the barriers that avoid the threat to become a risk event. Once the risk top event happens, we can have some barriers that avoid the consequences. And in the right, we have the consequences. So here we have a print screen of this tool that has been announced in the press release, as I mentioned. And we strongly believe that with this tool, we are moving a step ahead in order to improve significantly the risk awareness in real time and allow that the right triggers are constructed to generate the right decision and actions that will keep the operation safe. So this is an example of tool that allows our customers to really reinvent and rethink their processes and can really generate value in terms of compliance and process safety. And to talk a little bit about the future, I would like to share with you the trends that we are seeing related to AI and emergent technologies. We see in the near future the coupling video stream analytics with IoT data. We need to scale up the way that we do operational planning and how we integrate that to the real-time operations. We should take into consideration to include, to generate value from natural language processing in this activity, because there are many non-structured data in many industries that are available, and you should be able to generate some knowledge to support planning and real-time operation. There's value to be captured here. As I mentioned in the previous slide, we need to scale up the real-time risk management capability, increasing the awareness and also the automated protocols that puts this risk under control. we really need, there's a huge value to be captured, expanding the real-time availability management. And I would like to emphasize here that a plant availability is a function of the equipment's reliability, the system operability, and the system maintainability. And this only can be managed if we have awareness of this, and we have also the capability to predict future failures or future events that may affect the plant's availability. For me, this is very key in a way to improve engineering in the future, is to not only take decisions based on data, but take decisions based on data and knowing the impacts on the system availability when we take a decision. Of course, when we talk about equipment and oil and gas industry, we believe that the industry will accelerate the rig automation as a whole. And for sure, we have been seeing our customers also accelerating the CO2 emissions reduction and the energy transition using the knowledge that they are building with AI and emergent technologies in their current businesses. So to conclude, I would like to mention that we have in our tool as operational AI 3 unique pillars. 2 pillars enables AI enables what matters for AI, that is data quality management and the human and AI integration, and also enable AI to be where it matters the most, that is generating value in real time for the real-time operational centers. That can be easily deployed and easily scaled all along the fleet and all along the whole company once we have a strategic intelligence that is built and modeled. And finally, I really hope having inspired some insights with this presentation. And I'm available to answer questions, and I'll be very glad to exchange some thoughts around the presentation that I gave to you today. And once again, I would like to thank the event organization for the invitation. It was a really pleasure to be here with you. Thank you very much.